Hey guys, what's going on? It's Alex here with my Week 5 predictions. Now, last week was a rough one, but we still finished above 500 at 9-7. A lot of upsets took place. Who could have ever predicted the Titans losing to the Jets? Let's hop right into it this week. So, if you follow my Twitter, you would see that I did predict Thursday night's game correct. Didn't get the score right, but that doesn't matter. Still got it right, and I believe that secures Thursday Night Football still with a winning record for my picks. I'll have to verify that. Now, hopping right in to Sunday games. We've got the Jets and the Falcons. Jets coming off of a big win. Falcons coming off of a big loss. Or not big loss, but a heartbreaking loss. However, I think Atlanta's going to bounce back here. Jets benefited from having a solid run defense, plus having no A.J. Brown or Julio Jones. So I don't think, if the Titans are healthy, I don't think they lose that game. But that doesn't matter. That's last week. Falcons, I think they're just the overall better team than the Jets. And Falcons do actually have a pretty solid passing game, and I think that's where the Jets are going to crumble. I take Atlanta to win their second game of the year. Now we got the Lions and the Vikings. Last week I picked the Lions to win, and it really backfired on me. Vikings actually look like a decent team. The 1-3 record I don't think it should actually be 1-3. They're good enough to not be 1-3. However, the Lions, even with Jared Goff, they stayed in with Baltimore, but that's the only game where they've been close. I think Minnesota's going to improve to 2-3 this week. Lions, they're going to get a couple wins this year, but just not. I don't think it's this week. Now we've got New Orleans and Washington. I actually am going to take Washington here. I think the Washington defense is going to get to Jameis Winston, and it's going to force him to throw some passes that he's not too sure about. And I think Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson are going to tear up that questionable Saints defense. I'm going to take Washington here, and for the Saints to drop below 500 for the first time this year. New England and Houston. New England coming off a very close one against the defending Super Bowl champions. Texans just got beat 40-0. This is a pretty easy pick for me. I'm going to take the Patriots. It was a question. They were a questionable call to kick a field goal instead of go for the first down, deep in Tampa Bay territory to end the game. If they'd have got closer, I think they would have made it, because Nick Folk's bounced off the crossbar. So I'm going to take the Patriots here. Texans just look like a dumpster fire right now. So yeah, I don't think they're going to bounce back this week. Now we got the Dolphins and the Bucks. Another pretty easy pick for me. The Buccaneers still look solid. They've had some close games this year, but I think it was just Bill Belichick knowing how to game plan for Tom Brady. That's my guess. I'm not sure. I didn't see most of the game. But, the Dolphins, without Tua, this team just seems lost. So I think, unless Tua comes back this week, I don't know if he is or not. I don't know if he was back last week either, but I still take the Buccaneers to win this one. Tom Brady's record against Miami is really good, and I think he's just going to add to it this week. Now we've got the Packers and the Bengals, 2 3-1 teams, 2 division leaders. This is crazy for me to see Cincinnati up there with the big guys. And I'm going to take the Bengals to win and make it to 4 wins, match their win total from last year in Week 5. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a shootout, but the Cincinnati Bengals defense is looking far superior to the Packers defense right now. And with the Packers only really having Devontae Adams and Tanyan to throw to, I don't think Valdez-Scantling is going to be a big factor in this game. Plus, the big thing for me is red zone defense, because right now the red zone defense for the Packers, red zone defense is 100% score, whereas the Bengals, I think, are at like a 58.3% or something like that. Bengals' red zone defense is a lot better. And my thinking is once they get into the red zone, the Packers might rely more heavily on Aaron Jones to get into the end zone. And the Cincinnati run defense has actually improved greatly. So they're probably going to disappoint me, but I'm going to root for the best and pick Cincinnati to win this one. Last time the Packers came to the jungle, they walked away with an L. So let's do it again. Now we got the Broncos and the Steelers. The Steelers are a dumpster fire right now. Broncos came off of their first loss against Baltimore. I'm going to take Denver to bounce back and win this one. Denver has a division to win, so they're going to try hard. Steelers, they just look like a dumpster fire. I think this might just be Ben Roethlisberger's last year. He should have retired 2 years ago. But yeah, no reason other than the Broncos look above average. Steelers look way below average. I think the Steelers' power ranking is going to be anywhere between 30 and 28. I don't think they're the worst team, but they're pretty close. It's bad. All right, now we got Philadelphia and Carolina. Philadelphia 1-3 Panthers coming off of their first loss of the year to the Cowboys. I think Carolina is going to be able to bounce back here. Dallas looks pretty solid this year, so for Carolina to lose there, plus they haven't really. I don't think Carolina's played anybody who's like top tier. Carolina is probably right about here. Dallas maybe right about here, but everybody else that Carolina's played is probably about down here. So I'm still going to take the Panthers to win this one. Philadelphia is going to be lucky to finish above 500 this year, just the way they've played thus far. I'm not super confident in it. I do think Jalen Waddle is a solid quarterback, and I think his name is Devontae Smith. Was it Devontae Smith? I don't know. Whoever they picked in the first round, I'm pretty sure it was Devontae. They both look solid. I believe they had a college connection. I don't remember if they did both come from the same college, because I know Smith was Alabama. I think Waddle was in the SEC. I don't know if he was Alabama or not. I don't know. I don't watch much college football, but I'm going to take Carolina here. Now we got the Titans and the Jaguars. I think I'm going to take the Titans here because they do have A.J. Brown back. That is going to help immensely. The Jaguars do have a pretty decent run defense, but they're going up against Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is going to be a big factor in this game, but also opening back up the passing game is going to lead to some success for the Titans. I think the Titans move up to 3-2 and either retain or regain the top spot in the AFC South. I mean, when you play the Jaguars and the Texans twice a year, you're gonna have a good record. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Titans. Now we've got what I think is going to be the game of the week: the Browns and the Chargers. Browns and Chargers both coming off of crucial wins. Browns beat the Vikings 14-7. Chargers did beat the Raiders, I think 28-14. So I do think I'm going to take the Chargers here. Chargers just look like the more complete team. I do think, as of right now, Justin Herbert, at least so far this year, Justin Herbert is playing better than Baker Mayfield. It's going to be a good game no matter what. It's going to be a battle of the offenses. I think Myles Garrett's going to get a couple, at least probably 1.5 sacks today or Sunday, but it's not going to be enough to slow down the Chargers offense because this is a very potent offense. I take the Chargers to win this one. And we got the Bears and the Raiders. I have to take the Raiders here. The Raiders are looking hot. Derek Carr is having a really strong year. I don't know if it's MVP caliber because being MVP is more than just passing yards. He leads in passing yards by a pretty safe margin. I think it's over 100 yards on second place. But without Josh Jacobs, that's really hindering the ability of that offense. But the defense is still holding strong. I mean, they lost last week, but that's just because they're playing the Chargers offense. And that, like I said, it's a very potent offense. Bears, they're starting Justin Fields, which I think is going to be a mistake against the Raiders defense that's really good on QB pressure. I don't see Fields doing well against the Raiders. It's not the right week to start him. I take the Raiders to win at home. Now we've got another NFC West showdown, the 49ers and the Cardinals. I think I'm going to have to hop on the Cardinals train till they lose. They shocked me by taking out the Rams. 49ers I don't think are as good as the Rams. So, and they're playing in Arizona. I think the Cardinals, and actually I think Trey Lance has the start too, which is another questionable start for a rookie quarterback against what is right now the number 1 seed in the NFC and the only undefeated team left. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty safe pick to take the Cardinals this week. I don't think they have any key injuries, and AJ Green, I love him. He looks revitalized with the Cardinals, so that's increasing the passing game efficiency. I take the Cardinals to win in Arizona. All right, now we got an NFC East rivalry here, Giants and the Cowboys. Now I'm going to shock everybody and take the Giants. Nothing against the Cowboys, but Daniel Jones is looking really hot right now. He's like top 5 or top 6 quarterback in like fantasy point wise. He's making some good passes. He's getting things done with his legs. And Ryan, stop it. And he's just looking good. Cowboys, I think it's going to be another offensive shootout. I don't think the defense is going to be able to do much to slow things down. Now, Trevon Diggs might be a huge factor in this game. I mean, I don't know, does he lead the NFL in picks? If not, he's definitely up there. I think he's got 4 picks or 5 picks already this year, which is crazy. So, yeah, I'm still going to stick with the Giants, but I would not be surprised if the Cowboys won this one. I do think it's going to be a close game either way. Anytime these two teams face, it's close. Now we got the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, this is Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a good one. However, I'm going to take the Bills just because they're coming off of some big wins. They've got the momentum. I think they said they've outscored opponents 120-21 in the last 3 weeks. Now, they're not going to do that against the Chiefs. I think this is going to be a one score, maybe 1 score and a field goal game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Chiefs, I don't think they're going to have, even with Patrick Mahomes under center, I don't think it's going to be enough to keep up with the Bills right now because they've got the big momentum going early season. This is the biggest time to just start building up some wins for the playoffs. I think the Bills are going to be a legitimate AFC threat this year. And I would not be surprised to see them play in the Super Bowl. Yeah. So I'm going to take the Bills to shut down the Chiefs in Sunday Night Football. Now, our last game of the week, we got Indianapolis visiting Baltimore. Usually when these two teams face off, it's a pretty good game, but I think Baltimore's just going to run away with this one. Indianapolis just looks lost. I definitely don't think the Carson Wentz trade is going to be a good deal. I think the Colts really made a poor decision with it. Yeah, no, that's all I have to say. Bills over Colts. Ravens over Colts. Ravens moved to 4-1. Hopefully still tied with the Bengals and not ahead of the Bengals at this point. But yeah, that is my picks for this week. So far, I'm 41-23, so still a pretty respectable record. Let's see if we can improve on that this week. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.